Boiler Room. My name is Paige Falk, and I'm going to be your host for this evening. Tonight, we have some special guests. We have some officers from the 3D Printing Club here on campus. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Daisy Coble. I'm the president of the 3D Printing Club.
I'm Dev Tripathi. I'm just an officer.
Officer? All right. So why don't we get right into it? Why don't you just tell us a little bit more about yourselves, where you're from, your majors, your year, things like that.
I'm currently a sophomore in industrial design, and I live in Franklin, Indiana, which is about 2 hours south from here.
All right.
I'm a sophomore in Mechie, and I live in a small town of Bradenton, south of Tampa.
Nice. So, you guys obviously are here. You're into 3D printing. I noticed both of you are kind of design and engineering majors. Do you think that 3D printing is a good supplement for your majors?
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap with our engineering students and our engineering club, or our 3D printing club. So we have a lot of engineers within our club that use our printing services for class and everything. And obviously, being in a design major, being able to design the 3D any 3D models I want and being able to print them is very fun.
Yeah. It's so rewarding actually having models in your hand rather than just looking at the computer and hoping you make something.
Yeah.
Like it's really easy to get things printed typically. And so with the club, you can just go there, print something out that you want to print out, and you got it.
Yeah. So, tell us a bit about the club. When did it get started? How's it going? Things like that.
Fun fact, it is kind of our 10-year anniversary this year.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so we are a 10-year club, so we've been around for a very long time. We've kind of bounced around, but we currently have a lab space in Lambertus 1234. It's on the first floor, so most first-year engineering people come in and see us on the first floor and are interested in all the stuff in the lab. But we started about 10 years ago. We've bounced from place to place, and usually we have a select number of supervisors that are in the lab space at any given time from noon to 8 every day, every weekday, not on weekends. And then you can just come in, check out the space, see what's going on, or if you want to print anything, if you give us a membership fee, then we are able to print off whatever you like. So, pretty fun.
How much does 3D printing cost, I guess?
For our club specifically, we have a $25 membership fee, which is around a typical spool of filament, which is the plastic that you use to actually get the 3D printed item. Or you can, if you have a roll of filament yourself or a specific one you want to use, you can come and use our services for free. Or if you don't want to pay the $25, all you have to do is pay per gram of filament that you use for the one little model. But if you're printing a lot, $25, and you can print whatever you'd like. So.
Nice. I hear you brought some models or props to show us today.
Oh, yeah. We brought a lot.
You brought them. All right.
Okay. First, we have...
This is a Stormtrooper helmet. Our previous president printed, painted, sanded, and did everything for it. It's actually wearable. I don't think it'll fit over the headphones, but
I can take off the headphones.
Yeah, if you want to demonstrate it. Usually at tabling events and everything, people ask to put on the helmet all the time. It's a pretty big draw for us. You can see it through the window, so it's a pretty fun one. Kind of a staple, kind of iconic.
Yeah.
Sits in the front of the lab. Everyone gets to see it.
Yeah. Took a long time to print, but it's fun.
Do you know how long it took to print?
So the first version, the top half took about 72 hours to print, and the bottom half took 24. I believe this one is a bit shorter, but it's in so many pieces. It took a while. Not to mention sanding and painting and all the post-processing.
Yes.
All right. Wow. After that, we have this little guy.
Little guy.
He's a MakerBot, which is just a company's logo, 3D modeled, and it's in two colors, which is done through like a different slightly different printing process with two heads, or just with two heads. And so you can print multicolored stuff, which is really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, you can buy two different types of filament and use it in one printer, or you can buy dual colored filament as well, although that's not dual colored filament.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is made with the same process, little FlexiRex.
FlexiRex.
Yeah.
And so those are really cool because you can make a lot of just interesting models, different colors, more exploratory.
Yeah.
I have this bearing.
The giant bearing.
Yeah.
You could use this to make a giant fidget spinner.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very fun fidget toy for us.
Yes.
Then we have this lithophane.
Yeah. We actually have printed out our logo itself on it, and if you hold it up to the light, you can kind of see the different depth of how many layers were printed. So it actually shows
I can put my
design.
phone flashlight behind it and it might help.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you can kind of see it from the front.
Oh, let me try. Yeah.
All right, we got a thumbs up.
Cool.
All right.
That is cool. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, when you like carve a pumpkin
Yeah.
and you have like, you make it really thin so you
Yeah.
can see the light, but it's not all
essentially
way
the
through.
same process, but with adding material, and
Yeah.
rather than subtracting.
Mhm.
And you can get, and what's cool and new is you can use multicolored filament with that.
Mhm.
So like the same process as that. So you can have a multicolored image,
Oh,
and the detail you can get on that is pretty high. So you can have actual family photos and like family lamps, like a
Oh,
lamp shade that is just a family picture, which is really cool.
Oh, that's neat.
And if you combine it with the multi-material thing, you can have a full 3D picture of like a family event or just a regular thing with like CMYK colors, essentially.
Nice.
And then lastly, we have
Little personal
my
project.
personal keyboard that took a while to put together, is falling apart.
As all good projects are.
It's well loved. That's
Yeah.
what we call it.
Yeah.
It's
That-
well loved.
yeah.
Exactly.
Traveling from Purdue and back is really taking a toll on it.
Yeah.
It's got wiring on the back too.
Yeah,
so
wired it myself.
it's a fully functional keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a little knob on the right hand side, I think. The other
Oh.
keyboard
Oh,
at
this-
the base.
Yeah.
Right here, there's a little knob.
Oh,
You can use that to change the volume, which is
that's neat.
Oh.
pretty high.
That's
If
nice.
you click it pauses the video or pauses whatever you're doing.
It pauses the video.
The video. If you click it right now, the podcast will stop.
No. Yeah. All right. This stuff is really, really cool.
Mhm.
I love this little dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of curious on with the idea for all these things. Would you say that 3D printing things or objects, is it cost effective?
Yeah. I'd say it's pretty cost effective. Like if you don't include the cost of the printer itself,
Yeah.
and assuming you do enough printing where the cost of the printer is negligible,
Mhm.
which for like a $700 printer is a lot of printing, but compared to other manufacturing methods, it's really cheap.
Mm.
Like printing parts is really cost efficient because making the same part out of any other material would cost at least 10 times as much. That probably costs like 30 cents max
This?
of plastic, maybe
Yeah.
10.
Oh, that's not bad.
And so it's like, okay, printing that out, just the plastic usage alone is minimal. The other costs of like wear and tear and electricity, it's really optimal for printing out projects and making things fast.
Oh, that's good.
Because like CNC and other manufacturing methods take forever. You have to plan out your part completely. And the first prototype can cost $100. And if that goes wrong, that's another 100 to make V2.
Yeah.
For this, it's like, okay, my hole was like a millimeter off. Double the size, change it, and print it again. You're done in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very effective for prototyping, definitely.
Do you think other materials can be used either now or in the future for 3D printing instead of just what is it? This
So,
a type of plastic.
It is a type of plastic. It's called PLA. It's a very long name that I don't know off the top of my head, but it is a type of plastic. We actually do provide different.
Polylactic acid.
There we go.
There we go.
Someone would know. There are different types of PLA, and there are other types of filament that you can use. There are also different types of 3D printing. So all of these were printed on our FDM printers. But you can use things, well, we don't use them in our lab mostly. You can also print on things like ABS and PETG, which have different properties.
Mhm.
And then if you use non-FDM printing, which is something like resin most people know about, or there's also
SLS.
SLS, and there's SLS and SLA, two different other types of printing that we can get a lot more stronger materials out of, like
Okay.
carbon fiber and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's neat.
Like I know all the nerdy stuff. Like, so we also offer carbon fiber nylon,
Yes.
which are just like nylon, but with carbon fiber chunks inside of it, which makes it really, really, really strong. It's more expensive,
Yep.
but you can compare to like the what's it called, the power and the strength of aluminum, or
Oh.
machined aluminum sometimes, because it's just unbreakable. Like I had a teacher in high school who had the machine and printed out like a little flange, like just a little thing this big, exactly like this, same dimensions, and spent half the class using a mallet and a hammer, beating it up, and it did not break.
That's
And
wild.
for anything, that's kind of insane.
Yeah.
And like you can get that strength out of like 3D printing. There's like PLA is the most brittle and will break pretty easily because it just you bend it, it snaps. You have PETG, which is a lot more flexible and a lot more stronger, but it has its own downsides. ABS, much stronger than that. Like it's the same stuff used in Legos,
Oh, nice.
and it's strong, but it's harder to print. And then there's like engineering materials, which are so much stronger, so much more difficult to print, required like double the heat.
Yeah.
And then you have like the SLS, which is really cool because you can print anything. Like any model you can come to mind will be printed on that. There are almost no limitations, which is insane because every other form of manufacturing has a limitation. Like you can't get some parts printed, you can't get other parts, but with SLS you can.
Nice. Yeah. So, I'm not very well versed in how universal 3D printing is in like the industry world. Do you happen to know how like universal it is in production for different parts for like cars or planes and things like that?
Because I'm in industrial design, we use 3D printing a lot for specifically for prototyping, but also just a bunch of different seeing how your designs work. There's a lot of classes where I have to use 3D printing in that. So it is a very, very important. I know that 3D modeling is incredibly important in most STEM fields, but I don't know much about the manufacturing process.
And the manufacturing process, it's also really important. Or it's getting more and more important because it's getting bigger and better, stronger, faster. Great song. But like you have the engineering plastics, which are tough to print with, but you have like the high-end machines that can print it pretty reliably. And so like in aerospace, it's used a lot because you can get very aerodynamic parts that are very difficult to machine at much lighter, with a lighter material that will last to the chemical and physical torture you put it up to.
Yeah.
And you can also prototype really fast with it. So it's like you don't have to wait for the machining time. You don't have to wait for this time. A single engineer can go through 10 iterations of a part in a day compared to a whole team that's required to make one iteration of a part out of metal.
That's really good.
So like in engineering, you can get a lot done with 3D printing, but it's getting more and more common in household and also commercial applications.
Nice. Speaking of household, we actually have a question from our lovely manager, Michael Beach. He wanted to know, do you think like in the future, like the everyday household will have a 3D printer?
Because we're at Purdue, I'm probably biased. Most people I know actually have 3D printers in their house.
Yes.
Already. So just for fun, a lot of people do. I might be more cynical and say that the average household might not need it at this moment, especially because of the cost. But if it becomes a lot cheaper and more effective for people, I think that it could very well happen.
Yeah. Not just for recreational use,
Yeah.
but like he mentioned, like, oh, the dial on your washer breaks. You can make a new dial for your washer that way.
Yeah. Considering how the world is kind of trying to go through more sustainable methods, 3D printing gets rid of a lot of the, like, you have to work on packaging things.
Yeah.
3D printing, you just offer the person, hey, here's $4, print this file. And you can get your file printed. Your part breaks at home. It's fixed. And printers have come down a lot in cost. So it's like $300 for a good part, right?
Oh, that's not bad.
For a decent printer. And with that, you can, if you have it at home, it'd be great.
Yeah.
And I think more and more it's going to get common in the household because printers are getting so much better and so much more reliable. Like in the last 2 years, printers have kind of gone from something that require a good amount of work and like you need to be in the printer sphere to actually get one and care about one to anyone being able to get a printer for like a grand, 1.5 and being able to use it consistently without much issue.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So what other questions did I have? I think I am actually out of questions. Do you guys have anything else you would like to share about the items that you brought today or anything else about the club?
I could talk about the club for hours.
Oh.
Of course I can. So I don't remember if in this recording we talked about membership and supervisors.
No, give us
Okay.
a shout out for a minute.
Okay. Our club structure is a bit more unique than some other clubs on campus. Because we have our own lab space, we also have supervisors who manage that lab space. So if someone is interested in coming in and managing the printers themselves, we train them at the first couple weeks of every semester on how to actually work with the printers that we have. And then for the rest of the semester, they are holding shifts every day from 12 to 8.
Yeah, noon
I
to
almost
8.
said 3 to 8. That was different last year. But from noon to 8, we are open. At least one supervisor should be on shift, but it is run by students, so exams and things happen. But usually there are people in the club, and then they are either working on printers, working on printing stuff, or just in the lab hanging out. Officers come in all the time just to see how the lab is going. It's a very fun place to study and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
nice.
spent like 2 hours a day at least at this point because
Yeah.
it's just like if you're on campus, it's hard to find a study spot.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, there's not somewhere to sit in the lab, but you can get some work done,
Yeah.
or you can just talk to people, which is really nice.
Yeah. So like anyone can stop by your lab?
Yeah,
Of course.
anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more common for random FYU students to come and pop in, but I would love it if I just saw more people from other majors outside of that come in. It's always fun to see the different types of projects and homeworks people are working on. So many like CS students come in or liberal arts students come in, and it's just fun to see what they are making, why they're making something. People are printing for cosplays or for class or personal projects. So wide range of people who come in and out.
No. I've heard of a lot of 3D printing for cosplays.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
But-
Like I was just thinking about that.
The lab's a really fun place to be because we also have a massive whiteboard.
Yes.
One of the walls is a whiteboard, and right now it's covered in drawings.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like someone drew a whole cityscape, I think.
Yes.
Someone's drawn a ton of dinosaurs. Like
Yeah.
it's a high quality art. It's beautiful. I love to see it.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You guys seem to have a love for dinosaurs, don't you?
Mhm.
The Flexi-Rexes are so fun. And we
Flexi-Rexes.
print so many of
We
them.
have so many. By the door, by the door, we have this massive box of Flexi Rexes.
Yeah.
So if someone stops by and is like, "Oh, what's going on in the club?" We can give them a little treat.
Yeah.
Oh,
The other
that's
week,
cute.
there were some kids walking by. I guess
Yeah.
their parents were giving them a tour.
Mhm.
So like little toddlers, and they were looking in the windows trying to see what's going on. And so me and a couple officers stopped, told them, "Hey, wait a second, we got the Flexi Rexes," gave it to them, and they were so excited.
Mhm.
What's the biggest Flexi Rex you've ever printed?
Ooh, we have one. I believe it's about that big right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I almost brought it. I almost did. But we've printed a lot of big ones over the years. Some turn out better than others.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
They're so fun.
Yeah. What's the biggest project that you've ever printed in your lab?
Personally or just scene printed?
Scene printed.
Scene printed? Technically, someone did print out a full suit of armor.
A full suit of armor.
It didn't fit. So
Oh.
don't do that.
Yeah.
But it has happened. So that would be personally the biggest thing I've seen printed.
There's
Like all at once or like
Not
in
all
oh
at
okay.
once, just in parts. But don't do that.
How many printers do you have in that lab?
That is a very good question. So I believe 20 to 30.
20 to 30.
Something
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah.
That's a lot.
Not all of them are
I
working.
mean, last
well,
year, I think we had 20 to 30, and 5 to 10 worked.
yeah.
Oh,
We
was
have
last
more
year.
now.
okay.
This year we have at least 15,
15 work.
at least 15 working, probably like 20 working,
Yes.
All right.
and then 5 to 10 that we don't like and we don't talk to and we ignore.
We would like to talk to, but some people don't want to work. It's fine.
They're like the toxic member of the family. We just
Yeah.
We just,
leave
like-
them out.
Yeah.
They're sitting on the floor and we go.
I won't name names, but we do have favorites.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned earlier like the different types of printers that
Yes.
you use. What are the different types of printers that you guys have in that lab?
So mainly we are a big Prusa fan. So we have a lot of Prusa printers, which is a brand of printer. Most of what we do in our lab is FDM printing. So it's PLA plastic, FDM printing. That's what all of these things are printed on.
Okay.
But Prusa is just a specific brand that we like to use. It has a lot of good documentation on how to fix their printers, which
Oh,
is
that's
more
good.
important. So people really like Bamboo. Bamboo, if you work on the printers, you void the warranty. So we can't really use those in our lab because we need to be fixing our printers. We also have a bunch of others, like we just got some Creality printers that we're working to get set up.
hopefully those are
signal.
going to be running different materials other than PLA.
Hopefully.
So we're gonna have TPU, which I forgot to mention earlier.
Yes.
Is more like a rubbery plastic.
Nice.
So like kind of tire material, which
Oh,
is really
nice.
sick. So you can have like bouncy balls and rubber things,
Oh, nice.
and like
Yeah.
like grips for a pencil or something.
oh, that's smart.
I saw
Yeah.
someone make that today.
Oh,
Or
nice.
They had TPU grips for their pencil that they made out of 3D printing, not at our lab.
Not at our lab, because we
Okay.
don't allow that yet.
We don't have the material also.
Yes.
Yes.
But we would like to. Other than FDM printers, obviously we do have a bit more variety in the in FDM printers. We have some dual colored ones as well, and things like that are in various states of working. But we also have an Anycubic and Peopoly resin printer. So if anyone has seen any really hard, like clear plasticky ones, that's most likely printed on resin. It's very fun. It has to go through a curing process instead, so it's a lot harder.
Oh, interesting.
So it's very interesting. And then we also, in a separate room, have something called the Fuse, which is SLS, which is selective laser sintering, which means that there is powder, nylon powder, and then there is a laser, and it burns the powder into the shape that you want it.
Interesting.
And so you can get anything you want printed from
Anything you
that,
want.
but it's more expensive, more pricey.
Yes.
The machine itself is about the size of this room. Like
oh, wow.
not the no. Is very very big.
It's
Not the
very
size
big.
of this room. More like the size of this
Table.
all of us, including the area of all of us, the table up.
oh,
yeah.
okay.
So it's massive,
It's
but
massive.
it's not that big. Sorry.
not
oh, I was about that is impressive size of a
No.
Because I'm
printer.
typically used to saying it's the size of this room when I'm in the lab.
Well,
Because it's
outside-
like the size of half the lab.
Yeah.
And then you have
Oh.
other parts of the machine which
Mhm.
take up more space. So it's like
Yes.
if the entire lab was dedicated to this printer, it would just be the printer itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Fuse is pretty big, but you can print anything you want on it. Someone last year printed some Transformers, which was awesome.
Oh,
I know.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Just
Did
have
they
fun stuff
did they
online.
actually transform?
No, I
Oh.
don't think they did.
They didn't?
I don't think they did. I didn't
Oh.
try actually.
Because you can get fully transforming things.
You can.
Like there is essentially the god of fidget toys, which is a Rubik's Cube.
Mhm.
But each of the corners and pieces is a different fidget toy.
Mhm.
So you have like the spinning one, like a spring one, a button,
Mhm.
all of that in just this big of a space, this big of a cube that rotates and you can solve
Oh,
like
that's
a Rubik's
cool.
Cube. And it's mind blowing because it's just a beauty of engineering and ADHD.
The two most important parts of our club.
The two
Honestly.
are ADHD and engineering. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. All right. So I think we are ready to move on to our final part of our podcast.
Awesome.
Let me know if you need help with that. Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Get your phones out, guys. Yeah.
Favorite activity, Kahoot?
Yeah. I'm also gonna play it, even though I think I remember. I don't actually remember all the answers.
You'll remember them when you see them, though.
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe.
This isn't rigged at all, I don't think. I think
I
we have
don't-
a fair chance.
I don't think it's rigged. If you win, I don't know.
I don't know. If you win, you're a winner, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
That's what the 3D printing club's all about, actually.
Winning only.
Winning.
Yeah.
Winning it. Yeah. With the TV's not on. No?
No. I think so.
Yeah, now it's on.
Oh, great. All right.
Oh,
That there. Okay.
there we go.
Man, I haven't played a Kahoot in so long.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think a lot of people have played Kahoot here. I'm gonna pay the host. That.
Oh,
What is that?
yeah, you can choose your character now. I do this in Spanish all the time.
Wait, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the unicorn. Let's see. What? I'm a unicorn with a monocle.
No.
Okay. I
Where's
think
my
we're
hand?
all in.
I need to get the little kitty cat.
Where's Where's the monkey?
The monkey.
This is very important.
Yes.
Like, there's no monkey.
There's no monkey?
I don't see a monkey.
This is...
I'll be the Earth.
No,
That's good.
That's the same thing. Thank you, Mr. Officer.
Yes. Okay, I think we're ready.
Okay, what do I need to do? Hit start?
Yeah,
Yes.
hit start. Okay. This should... Getting ready. Purdue
Ready?
trivia for Boiler Room.
Yay.
2, 1. All right. Approximately how many buildings are on campus? Ignore the fact I spelled approximately wrong.
I did notice.
I wouldn't notice.
Why are they so close? Why are all the numbers so similar?
Because I made it that way.
You should have like 1 to be
Whoa.
1,000.
We both guessed the same wrong answer.
I just didn't expect it to be an extreme.
I also wrote down like facts about this,
Yeah.
and then I lost it.
Real.
Yeah. All right.
Yay.
Yay.
I feel like that's cheating.
This is cheating.
It's cheating. Whoever comes in, whoever of you
We at
two.
the 3D Printing Club love winners, but not cheaters.
Exactly.
Yes.
Whoa. This is a fun fact.
That tech looks pretty new, so I'm just gonna guess the newest season.
I think it was this one. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh well.
So you think that he won America's Next Top Model while also in the NFL? Is that what you implied?
I don't know.
I don't. He
I
played.
just looked at the picture and I said, yes.
Trying to remember what I don't remember what position, but he was on the football team here at Purdue as well, and then he played for 2 different NFL teams, which I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm such a terrible host. I forgot my own trivia facts. But then he also went on to win America's Next Top Model.
Incredible.
Yeah. Who knew?
Who knew?
Maybe,
I did it.
Maybe I'll do it one day.
America's Next Top Model.
And Purdue football.
And Purdue football.
I'll cheer for you.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
Yes.
My 5'2" frame will dominate.
Yeah.
Won Purdue Grand Prix in 2024.
I should know this.
I
Do I know this, actually?
oh shit, I don't remember.
Dude, people are gonna be so... Mohammed's gonna be so upset at me for not knowing this. A bunch of our officers are in Grand Prix stuff, and we actually have a bunch of people to print. And I did get it correct.
Oh, nice.
A bunch of people print stuff off for the Grand Prix in our lab.
Oh, nice.
So Mohammed and another one of our officers last year, Tejas, actually used our printers in the Grand Prix. So they said we were sponsoring them, though we were not.
Do you not?
But it was fun.
Yes.
We apparently also used to have an actual sponsorship in Grand Prix,
Oh, nice.
but I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
That was just a fun fact I learned. this
Yeah,
year.
I know a lot of clubs are at least involved in Grand Prix one way
Yeah.
or another. I know the Purdue Purdue University Meteorological Association. They do experiments during Grand Prix. I know not last year, maybe the year before, God, what's the word? I should know this. They measured the temperature of the asphalt before and after the races, just to see how the rubber of the cars, I guess, affected that. And then they also do the forecast for the day.
Oh.
Yes.
Is one of our advisors, one of the advisors also for a Grand Prix team or something?
Oh, yeah. So we have an advisor, the advisor of our club with Rick Womack. He has a team, I believe, that is also with Grand Prix, and they got like 3rd place last year.
Oh, wow.
So they also use our lab as well. So we are
Nice.
kind of, because Rick's both of our advisors, we trying to do some collaborations and stuff, but they come in, they use our printer sometimes, and they were like, oh, thank you so much. It really helped with Grand Prix and everything.
Yeah.
So we're tangentially involved with Grand Prix a lot, even though I've never been.
Okay. I have not been to the Grand Prix either. We're ready to next question. True or false? Andy Friedman, founder of Skinny Pop, is a Purdue alum.
It'd be really lame if it was false, I'm not gonna lie.
I think this is a trick question.
I think it's lame. I'll be honest.
You're insulting the host. We're never going to come back.
Here's the thing, is that was meant to be a trick question because a different founder of a popcorn company is a Purdue alum.
Oh.
Who is it?
But we need
That's
to
such a
check
niche,
who.
Popcorn.
such a niche answer. You need so much information.
Hey, come on.
Orville Redenbacher.
Orville Redenbacher.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've heard that before.
He-
That's so
if you're
sick.
older than 40, you know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Because he was in the commercials when he was younger.
Wow.
That's cool.
Orville Redenbacher. He won. Yep. That the popcorn company is named after him. So, that was a trick question. The founder of Skinny Pop is not a Purdue alum.
Lame.
Someone much cooler is though. So that's
Yes, that is true.
Wow.
He did wear a bow tie and a nice
Yeah.
tweed
Yeah.
suit, though.
He kind of looks like the Colonel from Kentucky
He
Fried
does.
Chicken. Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible.
Orville Redenbacher is the only popcorn I eat.
True.
Skinny
And now
Pop
we
is.
know why.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's not that.
that's why I came to Purdue actually.
Yeah.
In memorial.
Memorial. How old is
I
Purdue?
should know this.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. So Purdue's 150th anniversary was back in 2019.
Hmm.
So yeah, Purdue is 155 years old.
Yeah, when I was touring, it was a bunch of 150 stuff. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the only reason I knew. But you're
Oh,
too
yeah.
young for that.
Yeah, Mr. Officer.
Podium placement.
Podium placement.
No.
Oh, hell, whoa. It's freaking
I
out.
won.
No, that's me. You were freaking
Almost
out.
had him.
It was tripping.
Almost had him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You won because I made the Kahoot, so I knew like half the most
We're
of
all
the answers.
winners here.
We're all winners. All winners in my heart.
Yeah.
The true winner is Flexi Rex.
That's so true.
I love this thing. This is
It's
great.
So fun. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Do you have anything that you guys want to plug about the club? Any upcoming events, I guess?
Well, I would like to thank you for having us,
Oh,
of course.
of course.
It was super fun to be here. If you want to follow the things that we do, we have an Instagram, Purdue 3DPC at Instagram. We also have a website, Purdue3dpc.org. If you just look up Purdue 3D Printing, it should pop up as well. Or we're on Discord, but I don't know how to share that without a QR code. So if you find us on Discord somehow.
There's a Purdue Purdue Discord group,
Yeah.
which if you sign in with your Purdue ID, you can find it.
Yeah.
You just look it up there, and there's
Mhm.
I think all of Purdue clubs
Yes.
that have Discord are also on there somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I wanted to shout out, we have a general meeting
That's
the
gonna
Monday
be-
following this, which is probably the date this comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah, forget about that.
You're good.
We're going to have a CAD course coming up soon that we're gonna try to teach people CAD and try to get them more into CAD, because all 3D printing if you want to make something out of 3D printing, you need to
Mhm.
CAD it up yourself.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of people who want to learn it, but simply there's not enough tutorials and enough content that can teach you it easily.
Mhm.
So we're going to have a meeting teaching people how to use it, which it'd be great to show up. It's going to be in 2 weeks-ish, but hasn't been fully planned out yet.
Yeah. And no experience necessary either. That's one thing I want to say about our club. We're open we're open to any and all people who are interested in 3D printing. So all majors, if you know nothing about 3D printing, we'd love to have you. So just stop by.
Oh, nice. Nice. All right. Well, once again, thank you guys for coming. And then thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you on the next episode of The Boiler Room. Bye.